You had one job, one item on the list, maybe two. And somehow you're standing at the register, watching the total climb past $70, past $80, and you're just staring at the screen, trying to figure out what just happened. Here's what nobody tells you. You didn't lose control in that store. You were guided, carefully, quietly, by people who have spent decades studying exactly how your brain works and exactly how to use that against you. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a billion-dollar science, and it's running in the background every single time you walk through those sliding doors. By the end of this video, you're going to understand every trick, every trap, every invisible system grocery stores use to separate you from your money. And I promise, you will never walk into a store the same way again.
Think about the most essential things you buy every single week. Milk, eggs, bread. Now think about where they are in your store. Not near the entrance. Not somewhere easy to grab and go. They are almost always buried at the back, in the corners, spread as far apart from each other as possible. Most people just accept this. They assume it's just how stores are laid out. But someone designed that layout, and they didn't put the milk at the back by accident. This strategy even has a name: destination product placement. You came for the milk, so now you have to walk through the entire store to get it. Every aisle you pass through is another opportunity for something to land in your cart that was never on your list. And the essentials are never grouped together either. Butter is not next to bread. Pasta sauce is not in the same aisle as pasta. If you're cooking one meal, you might touch 4 or 5 different sections of the store just to get everything you need. That's not organization. That's architecture. Deliberate, revenue-driven architecture. And while you're walking through all those extra aisles, something else is already working on you.
The moment your eyes hit a shelf, your gaze lands somewhere specific without you even thinking about it. Right in the middle. Eye level. The products sitting at eye level are not there because of some neutral stocking system. Brands pay for that placement. Premium shelf space is a real thing that companies spend serious money on. The name brands, the higher margin items, the products the store most wants moving, those lie right where your eyes naturally fall. The cheaper store brand alternatives? Bottom shelf. Not hidden, just inconvenient enough that most people don't bother. It's a hierarchy built entirely around your gaze. Walk into any large grocery store and pay attention to the very first thing that hits you before you see a single product. You smell something. Fresh bread, warm cookies, maybe rotisserie chicken. That smell did not drift to the entrance by accident. Bakery scents are deliberately circulated toward the front of the store, because smell has a direct line.
Your emotional brain. It bypasses logic almost entirely. One whiff of fresh bread, and something in you relaxes. Your guard comes down. Your appetite wakes up. A hungry, emotionally comfortable shopper spends dramatically more than someone who walked in feeling nothing. Stores have known this for years. Now look at the lighting. The produce section is almost always warm and slightly golden. That is not an aesthetic choice. That lighting is calibrated to make fruits and vegetables look more vibrant and fresh than they might look anywhere else. They are literally lighting the food to sell it. And the music. Slower tempo music causes shoppers to move more slowly through a store. Slower movement means more time in front of products.
More time means more impulse grabs. The playlist you're half listening to while you shop is not random. It is an invitation to you. Smell, light, sound. You haven't touched a single product yet, and the store is already shaping your decisions.
Now the numbers, because this is where things get almost uncomfortable. Why does nearly everything cost X99? You already know the reason. And yet, it still works. On almost all of us. Every time. Your brain processes the leftmost digit of a price first and anchors your entire perception of value to that number. So $9.99 doesn't register as basically $10. It registers as 9 and something. That 1 cent isn't about the penny. It's about which side of a psychological line the price sits on. But the fake discount deserves its own moment. Was $7.99 now $4.99? Your brain calculates the savings and feels good. But here's the question most people never ask. Was it actually ever $7.99? Sometimes yes, but sometimes that original price was set artificially high just to make the real price feel like a deal. The first number you see becomes your reference point. Everything after gets judged against it. That's price anchoring, and it works every single time. One more thing. Have you noticed grocery carts have gotten bigger over the years? That's not for convenience. Research shows people
tend to fill whatever size cart they're given. A bigger cart makes your haul look small. It creates a quiet feeling of, I haven't really bought that much yet. And that feeling keeps you shopping. No sale needed. Just a bigger cart.
Here's what ties everything together. By the time you've been inside a grocery store for 20 minutes, you've made somewhere between 100 and 300 tiny decisions. This brand or that one, big size or small, is this on sale? Each one burns a small amount of mental energy. You don't feel it happening, but it adds up. By the time you reach the checkout line, your brain is genuinely tired. Your resistance is low. Your patience for comparing prices is gone. You are at your most suggestible. And that is exactly when the checkout aisle appears. That narrow stretch before the register, loaded with candy, snacks, gum, drinks, small cheap things, is the most deliberately engineered section of the entire store. You're standing still. You're waiting. Your guard is completely down, and everything around you is easy to justify. It's only $2. Just throw it in. That $2, multiplied by millions of shoppers every day, is a massive revenue line. And if you walked in hungry, everything gets amplified. Shopping hungry increases spending across all categories, not just food. When your body needs fuel, your brain shifts into acquisition mode. Everything looks more appealing. Your caution disappears. Shopping hungry is one of the most reliably expensive decisions you can make.
Here's the thing, though. None of this makes grocery stores evil. They are businesses operating in one of the most competitive industries on earth, with profit margins sometimes as low as 1 or 2%. Every trick we talked about exists because it works. And in a business that thin, getting you to add a few unplanned items to your cart is the difference between a good quarter and a bad one. But here's what changes now. The next time you smell fresh bread the second you step through the door, you'll know exactly what that is. The next time your eyes drift to eye level, you'll remember to look down. The next time you see was $8.99, now $5.49,
you'll ask whether that first number was ever real. The next time you feel like you haven't put that much in the cart, check the size of the cart. These systems were built before most of us were born, refined and tested for decades. They work on almost everyone, because they were designed to. But they work a lot less well on someone who sees them clearly. If this video changed the way you think about something you do every single week, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Subscribe to How It Really Works for more videos that pull back the curtain on the hidden systems behind everyday life. And drop a comment below. What's a grocery store trick you've noticed, or just realized you've been falling for? I read every single one. See you in the next one.